Hey guys, how's it going? It's Alpha here, and today we're going to tackle the Queen's Banquet. This is something I've actually never done before. Currently at rank 324, I have never tackled a Legend Plus dungeon. I've just never thought I was able to. So here we go. We hop right in. You see, I've got my double Shiva dragon here, and if you know Hera, you know that you've got to knock her down under 50%. Oh crap. Okay, that didn't work out. That's okay. Look, I've got a new team here. So I've got my Shiva Dragon. I'm paired up with a Minerva. Because basically, Minerva it gives you half damage reduction for dark attack. So you know that you've got to deal with a whole lot of dark elements. So I figured I could kind of get rid of some attack and get some more defense. So again, okay, we're back in action now. So and also Minerva gives you a fast orb change, which is real important. This one wasn't max skilled, but that's okay. So I've got my pretty standard team here, and I'm trying to figure out my move. I got my TPA and mash. I got a decent combo, and oh, I forgot. Okay, so Hera does a 10-turn bind for water cards. But we still have, we've got enough HP. All we got to do is get Hera into her dark. So we got our TPA here. Boom, down into dark, and we absorb the high kick. With Minerva, you don't need an additional card just for shield. She kind of carries the shield. So that's good. We go here, we get a nice combo, and at this point, we could definitely make a TPA. We're looking to, unfortunately, we're going to have to deal with that bind on the Erd sooner than later because she is she's maxed all the way. She's 297. So we make a decent combo here, and oh crap. Okay, that didn't work. Okay, so now we got a new attempt here. So now I'm going in with my own Minerva because I realized my Shiva Dragon is not fully maxed. So if I'm going to run Shiva Dragon and Minerva, I might as well run my own Minerva that is max skilled and someone else's Shiva Dragon. Now unfortunately here I get my Erd bound again. I really probably shouldn't bring in the... Oh crap. Okay. Here we go for real. This is my fourth time trying this today. So here we are with Hera and you'll notice that my my lovely favorite Erd is not present because bringing a card that is going to get bound for 10 turns right off the bat is a stupid idea. So unfortunately, I had to go it without without my Erd, so that Hera could stop killing me. So here, I've got a bunch of fast forwarding here, guys. This dungeon took me a while, both from planning out my moves, from reading up on stuff. But you can see I've got all the stats up for Hera. She's got 2.3 million hit points. She will do that first turn bind to water. So we've got 2 turns to get under 50, which I barely do there. And then once we're under 50, Minerva is going to be, giving us a 50% damage reduction. So since she's up every 5 turns, I've got my max skilled Minerva helping out here. We're able to use her, and we're going to have to heal up a bit. When the video jumps around, that is because I am trying to... go from my fast forwarding down to my regular time to show some moves. So you'll see it'll jerk around a bit, but that's the reason why. Okay, so we took out Hera finally on the, what was that, the 4th attempt? So on to Hera Ice. She has the same hit points, 2.3 million. She does a preemptive bind, which I got pretty lucky here. I got a 2-turn countdown. So that gives me a whole bunch of turns to go through so that I'm able to, there we go. I hit a pretty decent combo, got a few Skyfalls there, so I get to heal up a bit. I get to do this attack on her. You see, I'm not doing too much because I don't have the double Shiva Dragon giving me the 25x. but that's okay because we're going to get her down into the dark there so that she will be doing half damage to us again. So with a whole bunch of blue on the board, I decided it was smart to use a Zhao Zhao because I'm going to need all of those turns to knock her down out of the blue since I'm doing half damage right now. And you can see I'm still not doing too great. Don't forget, I do have that first turn bind on my subs, which I'm going to be able to knock right out with Metatron because it's only a bind for 1 or 2 turns. So I'm trying to figure out exactly what I'm doing, make myself a TPA, match a few hearts, which really wasn't needed. But, just a higher combo. I need to try and get her down to dark pretty soon. So there we go. There's the bind. So I can knock that right out with Minerva. It's not with Metatron rather. Not really a big deal. And now I am facing the fact that I need to get her into the dark this turn. So I'm trying to figure out, should I use an active, which might seem a little crazy. There's not too much, but remember I'm doing half damage. Minerva only has a 2.5 damage multiplier. So I go ahead and I use my Sonata Yukimura, and then I pop the Shiva Dragon so I can start charging up my skills already. You'll see I try and do that throughout the dungeon, where I try and use all my actives and then be able to hit Shiva Dragon right away so I could continuously get Minerva and Hinokagutsuchi and Metatron up. Unfortunately, my Zhao Zhao and Sonata Yukimura are not max skilled. Zhao Zhao I've just never been able to, and he's very hesitant to get his skills up. And Sonata Yukimura does not have skill up material currently in the game, not even in Japan. So I go through, I get my, what do we get here? A 5 combo. And see, at this point, whenever it's in dark, she's going to be doing half damage. I did not think she was going to do her bind that quickly, but I was able to deal with it. I mean, this pretty much puts me in complete stall mode. When I've got Shiva Dragon bound, I'm doing like no damage. So, and I kind of very stupidly right there didn't match up my hearts, but I wasn't really facing any damage, so that was fine. Now I want to make sure, my primary concern was matching up hearts, healing up, and you can see I'm not doing too good there. I decided to pop my Metatron for her healing ability, which is built into her bind clear as well. And now again, I am not, I'm not too high with my health, and I'm also facing the fact that I didn't have hearts on the board. So again, I'm kind of liberally using my actives. That's always a theme in my videos, guys. Right? I'm always good for flubbing a combo and for using a ton of actives. So this is the first time in the dungeon where I get pretty lucky that I get Hera instead of big fatty diabetes dragon. So Hera is pretty much easy mode in this dungeon. It is so refreshing to catch this break, because her attack, she does a 5,000 preemptive, which gets cut right in half because she's dark the whole way. And then after that, she'll hit for 18,000. And then pretty much all you have to do is get her under 25, which she'll kind of warn you because she'll skip her turn. So she'll skip her turn, and then you know it's go time. You've got to take her out or you're dead. So here, the whole time, you could pretty much just stall out. All you have to do is combo enough to generate heart orbs. As long as you're doing that, you're doing just fine, and you can just stall the whole thing. You can see I matched towards the top of the board, which is not too smart. You always want to, when possible, when the board allows it, match starting from the bottom, because the more matches you have in the bottom, the more potential for cascades and skyfalls that you create. Whereas matching at the top, you're not really leaving that opportunity because the bottom orb's just going to be sitting there. So I'm kind of chipping away here. I'm trying to always make sure I match enough to keep 3 hearts on the board. You see right there I used Metatron. I was getting a little bit nervous with how many heart orbs I had. So I was able to go through there. That was actually very pleasant. I got to heal back up and knock her down. Does that get her under 25? Yes, it most certainly does. So now, once again, I'm faced with the fact that I need to get a kill shot. Right here, I'm dead. And I go ahead and use an active. I'm pretty sure I do, because I'd rather not spend another 99 stamina on this dungeon. So using a Minerva is the best bet here because we need to generate some fire orbs, but it's really not like we need a ton since we are just barely taking out a sliver of her health, and she is what's it called? Max skilled, so she'll be back up the soonest. So as soon as I pop everyone else, I'll be able to use Shiva Dragon, and then there we go. That'll be done. Okay, so Herr Bjork, finally we catch a break here, which is that she's green. This is the only green element you face, so enjoy, take advantage. You're not going to get to do that again. And of course, under 50%, once we're done doing double damage, she does half damage to us. So I tried to get all of her actives up right above me, and they're kind of clogging up my space. So I make sure to get rid of her pretty quickly. I go ahead, I use my Hinoka Gutsuchi, set up a couple of rows, a few other combos, and well, that's that. Herr Bjork is done. Goodbye. She absorbed a bit there. What did she absorb? Oh, the light. That's right. Okay, now this is the second time where I get very lucky. I actually went through and I checked this team after, and I was actually that's me checking it right now, going, holy crap! I'm 60% skill bind resist. She has a preemptive 5-turn skill bind, which would have been very bad news for me because she starts off in light doing full damage, and I really just kind of lucked out there. So you can see right here, I am, who did I just use? I used freaking everyone. I used Zhao Zhao, and then I went ahead and used Sanada Yukimura, I believe. Yeah, I've got everything enhanced. So that's definitely Sanada Yukimura active. So we hit a nice big hit here, and down she goes. She finally puts up her status shield because she does that on her first turn, not as a preemptive. So you are able to delay her on the first turn, which is very useful. And so right now, her next move would be to set up a combo shield, which if you've seen some of my videos, a 5-turn combo shield, which isn't that much for most good pad players, is plenty enough to kind of slow me down. And you can see how much this video is sped up that I'm pretty slow as it is. So I knew I wanted to try and put together, well, I could have gone for 2 combos there. I ended up with a TPA and a row. But of course it was enough to take her out, and here we go with the big, boom, preemptive. And that is exactly why you need Minerva in this. Not only does she help out for the dark elements as you're getting attacked normally, but there is a 31,584 attack preemptive on this final floor. So now that that's out of the way, the rest actually isn't that bad. There is a bind under 50%. There's a 99% gravity under 30%. And then after that, you just die. You get hit for 78,000. So Minerva ain't helping with that. Now, I think that was kind of weird. The orbs kind of switched up on my screen. That was kind of funky. When I'm switching speeds here, it kind of messed up. Anyways, I'm just grinding away here, doing the old Minerva grind. She will help absorb all that stuff. And actually, what really helped out here is whenever there's light orbs, she's going to do a lighter hit, which is, I guess, 90% of her standard hit. Yeah, it's a 90% hit, and then she'll convert the light into jammers. And I actually have the ability to block jammers, which Minerva is not currently doing, but she starts chipping in a bit, and it really makes a big difference. You'll see, I make a TPA here, I get some combos. There we go. So that one light orb there, she blocked it, and that it really helps me out throughout the rest of the floor here. Because you'll see it's down at the bottom there, and then once again, I get a slightly lower hit, and she tries to create more jammers. And Minerva blocks it again. So at this point, I'm starting to get my actives back up, and I know I'm right at 50% here. I'm just above it. I'm actually pretty lucky the last attack did not hit her below 50%, or I'd be dealing with the bind. So I stopped right above 50%, and I decided to go hit both Zhao Zhao and Minerva here to break her defense, which isn't that high. Her defense is whatever, it's 580. But I mean, the important part is that I made a bunch of fire orbs, so I can try and go for 2 rows here, which I think, unfortunately, with that giant mass in the middle, it's pretty difficult to separate out. I have, I believe, 1 time extend on my friend Shiva Dragon. That's about it. So I try and go through, but there's just no way. I kind of boxed myself in there. I couldn't have made it with only 1 row in between. I really had to try and move all those orbs up 2 times, which just wasn't really going to happen, unfortunately. So here, is this where I believe there actually is a cut there. I actually got a phone call that I had to take, so I edited that part out. Actually, no, it didn't happen yet. That was just a fast forward edit. So I decided to just heal up a bit here. I believe this is when I'm getting my gravity. Oh no, okay, there's the bind that I had to deal with. The gravity's on its way, unfortunately. But, so I get bound up, Minerva will do her unbind, and then at this point I can unbind also with a full row of hearts. So her move will take down 3, and if I can match a full row of hearts, which thankfully I've got a bunch of because I thought a gravity was coming, I can finish up and get completely unbound there. And actually, once you are completely unbound, you will get to do your unconditional leader abilities will chip in, which is pretty cool. Didn't get any Skyfalls to help with that, but that's fine. So here I've got that was her gravity, by the way. Her gravity is obviously blocked in half, so the 99% gravity became a 50% gravity for me. However, she is under 30%, which means that the next hit is for 78,000, and 1/2 of that means I'm dead. So at this point, we're looking at, all I was trying to do right here is figure out which order I wanted to use use all my actives in. I'm going to use all these actives. I'm going to flood the board with red, but what I wanted to do is make sure that Sanada Yukimura had the last active to go up, and that's because, well, you'll see, Hinoka Gutsuchi is going to make the red orbs blue to red and then heart to dark. Minerva is going to take all those dark and make them into red. And then Sanada Yukimura will create heart from the light, but he will also enhance every single red orb on the board, which is going to give me a lot more damage. Maybe overkill, maybe didn't need it, but also didn't want to die. So I went, oh, actually, that was when I got the phone call. I think you could see the time just skipped up a bit. But anyways, so right here, I'm trying to just make 2 rows. So I wanted to separate there. I finished separating at the last second. I kind of was lucky that I fell into a TPA as well, which again, I don't know if I actually needed, but there we go. That was my first ever Legend Plus clear. Thanks so much for sitting through this and watching. I know it's a bit of a long video. I sped up so much in that because I took my time after spending a few stones. I got 1 back here. Thanks to my Shiva Dragon friend who pops up briefly. Unfortunately, I hit the screen really quick right after he comes up, but he was a 297 Shiva Dragon friend, so thank you for that. And thanks for watching, guys. You know, hopefully I'm going to be tackling a lot more of this more challenging material, and hopefully I'll do it in a much quicker fashion, in a way that'll look a lot cooler and more pleasing for you guys. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please hit the like button. And if you haven't subscribed, please do so. I'm trying to get some good, I always do some rem pulls, I do some descends, and some commentary, theory crafting, tutorials, whatever. Basically beginner level stuff, because I'm not that great myself, so I can help beginners right now. Anyways, hope you enjoyed. I'll see you next time.